Yeah, wherever you want to set it up.
Great, just as long as we can get these out.
Yeah. So this is kind of part two, the tail end of this. Got about 30 people here. Okay. Okay, guys. David Cook has arrived. Everybody give him a round of applause for making the drive. Yes. And now he has to applaud for everybody else for waiting.
That's right. I think that's my lead off for sure.
There you go. All right. Go for it.
Hi, I'm David Cook. First of all, thank you for waiting. I apologize. We had another event in Ellis County up in Midlothian this evening, and so I apologize for being later than expected. But I appreciate those of you that have stayed and those of you that may be watching online. But again, I'm David Cook. I'm from Mansfield up in Tarrant County. This district is made up of 12 counties. It starts at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport and goes down to McLennan County and Falls County, and then goes all the way out to Eastland. So it's eight counties, a lot of rural counties that are included in the makeup of the district. And I believe that the upbringing that I had in the city of Mansfield has obviously grown to a different city today, but the Mansfield that I grew up in included the Cowbell Rodeo and the Rodeo City Cafe, and I lived next door to Baxter's Feed Store. It was a very small city that I grew up in. When I left Mansfield to go to college, I went to Stephen F. Austin State University out in Nacogdoches, got a degree in public administration, and then went to law school at Texas Wesleyan, which is now Texas A&M University School of Law, and it's a great school, great law school. Whoop, that's right. I have a daughter that graduated from A&M as well in their master's in real estate program, and she convinced me to let her do that program because they had a 100% job placement. And I said, absolutely, that sounds like a great idea. The reason you go to college. But just a little bit about me. After law school, I was able to, or actually during law school, I went to work for a guy named Chris Harris. He was a local state senator for a long time. Yeah. And he was in the House of Representatives for 6 years and in the Senate for 22 years. And so I started working with the senator in 1993 when I started law school, and had an opportunity to work in both his law office and his Senate office and gained valuable experience at the Capitol and then back home in the district office. So I was able to live with him in Austin, or maybe I had to live with him in Austin, was probably more like it. But in all seriousness, it was an opportunity to see what it was like day to day, up close and personal. We, like I said, lived together, drove back and forth to Austin, so I was able to see the ins and outs at a very young age. And after law school, obviously got licensed as an attorney, and then he and I became law partners, and he passed away just over 10 years ago, but it's definitely my mentor, and the law firm that we have still carries his name. It's Harris Cook, and obviously in his honor. But like I said, he gave me valuable experience, and I believe that's what prepared me to run for the position of mayor in the city of Mansfield back in 2008, and I did that for a little over 12 years, and then in 2020, there was an opportunity to run for state representative, and as we all know, redistricting is done every 10 years, and the first year of the new decade, and so 2021 was the last time we did redistricting, with a little bit of extra work, but generally speaking, that's when we did the major redistricting, and at that time, there was a big push for the Democrats to take over the Texas House, and fortunately, I was able to keep that seat, and obviously the Republicans maintained control, and we were able to draw the lines appropriately. But I've been in the House now for 3 terms, and
No, you're good.
Been in the House 3 terms now, and at the beginning of this last session, just over a year ago, I ran for Speaker of the House, and I was elected as the Republican nominee, to represent the caucus. Unfortunately, the Republican caucus did not receive its choice, but it was a good experience. The reason I bring it up primarily is to say this, which is I was able to gain that confidence and leadership experience that I had after my second session, going into my third session, and to have the support of more than 2/3 of the Republican caucus. There was 88 members in the Texas House, and so I had the support of more than 2/3. But you can do the math, and that wasn't 76. You had to have 76 votes in order to become Speaker. But I was still able to have a good session. I've been very effective in all 3 sessions that I've been down in the legislature. We have passed a lot of bills, and that's why I go there, is to work and get the people's work done. And that's my commitment to you, is to stop and listen to you, find out what your issues are, and make sure that I'm your voice in Austin. I know one of the major issues that I have run across in the last 7 months that I've been running for this position, which I filed for immediately after Senator Birdwell making his announcement that he was retiring. And it's been just over 7 months, and I have about 20,000 miles of windshield time to speak for the last 7 months. But what I've gathered, in addition to mental health being a huge issue, especially with law enforcement and the rural hospitals, but in addition to that is the data centers and what they're doing with regard to water and electricity. And so I want to be your advocate at the Capitol. I know that that's a big concern in rural Texas, especially in Senate District 22. There's a reason that these companies are wanting to locate out in the counties. It's because, and the judge can speak to this as well, but counties do not have the necessary authority, in my opinion, that they should have, that cities have. And obviously there's a good balance there. There's a reason that people want to live in the county, because there's less regulation, but we also want to make sure that these data centers or any other type of use like that they're good neighbors, and that they're not using more than their share of water and electricity. And so I have committed to filing a bill, if elected, if I'm honored to have your vote and elected to represent Senate District 22, I have committed to file a bill, and part of that bill would require that these companies have closed loop water systems, because that's the only way that we can maintain the water supply that we need in order to grow as Texans. We all know that somewhere between 1,400 and 1,600 new Texans are moving to Texas daily, depending on which source you use, but approximately 1,500 people per day are moving to the great state of Texas, and there's a reason. But we have to make sure that we protect the values that basically are the reason that people are moving to Texas, but we also have to make sure that we protect our resources, water and electricity being those two. And so closed water loop, I think, systems is a must. And number 2, these companies need to be of sufficient size and stability to where they can be off the grid. And there are several options that they can utilize to be off the grid, and that too would be part of the bill that I would file, in addition to giving counties regulatory authority. Like in the city, like when I was mayor, we had the ability to have setbacks, and we had notice requirements, and the community had input, and all that stuff is lacking right now, because this is new. There's already 400 data centers that are operating in Texas. Most people don't know that, but there are over 400 data centers operating in Texas. It's not widely known, but that the volume upon which we're all understanding that these data centers, when they come to Texas, is very concerning. It's an opportunity for landowners to utilize their land, and I'm a big big property owners. Property rights are very important to me, and I want to make sure that owners have the ability to develop their land for what they intend to, but also I want to make sure that doesn't impede their neighbors' ability to their use and enjoyment of the land as well. And so it's, like I said, it's an opportunity, but it does present a lot of challenges, and I believe that that as a legislator, it's our job to take those problems and come up with solutions. And what I welcome from you is anytime you have an issue, and you make me aware of it, I welcome your solutions as well. Obviously, I appreciate when you give a solution with the problem, because that's where, quite frankly, that's where most of these solutions come from, are from constituents. Most of the bills that I have filed have come from constituents, and so that's what I will continue to do. I don't want to be your voice. I'm happy to answer any questions afterwards or whenever it's appropriate, and I'll stay here as long as I need to answer any of those questions. I appreciate the opportunity, and again, I apologize for keeping y'all here late.
All right.
Thank you for that opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you for making it the drive out.
Of course, yeah, you bet. Done a lot of that over the last couple.
You know, that's I was telling people, I'm like, it's a pretty informal event because candidates are scrambling at this point. So
Well, thanks for hosting it. I ran into Kathy as I was leaving. She said she was watching earlier.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you bet.
Oh, there you go. Okay, and I did very.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh gosh, yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming out. Candidate meet and greet is only as good as candidates can make it out. It was a good turnout.
It was. Pleased.
Right?
You as well? So.
You too.
I gotta go feed more pheasants before we go.
Yes. Angry.
I know, and she wasn't supposed to take it. Yeah, she didn't have the little girl lamb. Her dad had berets. So I said,
Just my district versus their district.
here, take those down until Saturday.
They go for the
She had to go a whole week with that
All of the chickens down south, yeah, they have some egg layers, but all the turkeys, so basically 35.
What was that? I don't, but okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, just call me. I will. Okay, so for the record, the camera's still running if you want to give a last minute spiel for your candidate. But you got to stand in front of the camera. There you go, there you go.
Hey y'all, this is Norma. I work for Kat and she's the best, she's the true conservative here. I'll tell you what, if I didn't believe that, I'd be home in my easy chair right now. How about that? So, I love her giving heart and just her love for the people, for HC 13, and I think she's going to do us a great job. Wonderful job. Can't wait. Woohoo! February 17th can't come soon enough for me.
Right?
Thank you.
And yeah, Kat was on the, I'm talking to the camera
Okay,
now.
go ahead.
So yeah, Kat was in the, this is actually part 2.
Okay.
So Kat was speaking, and she opened the first string this evening.
Yeah.
So you can go back and catch her firsthand.
Yeah, she had to speak first here so she could go speak last at the one in
next
another
one. That's
county.
That's what candidates are doing.
I know that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I believe in her wholeheartedly with all my heart. And I've done the research, guys. We've done the research. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy, for doing this.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out.
Yes, ma'am.
You bet. Thank you.
It's just getting started.
And then they got,
You bet. Thank you.
not from them, but from
That's awesome. You're smiling and you look good. So they do. The kids think it's so young. They just keep us
I'm eating water, though, but I will certainly study.
So you were checked. Yes, you and I like that's why I like because you can watch the videos of how I debate. Yeah, and I tell people that they would thank you. You'll see me fighting on them. You'll see them roll their eyes at me. You'll see the chair cut me off. But I do.
Well,
We have to. We can't have an identity, a party identity. We just have to do what's right because it's the right thing to do. And that's my stand. My stand is we need to protect our Constitution. We need to give it to children. We need to give people first. And I call them out. I'm not popular with them. What are they about? So yeah, I look different for this. It's the different one for it's time to show people that hey, we need to stand for talking. Our young adults, they're going to decide whether they're going to make the right choice. They need to stand for freedom. That's what we are avoiding with not.
I was telling one of the ladies there, voting and everything.
And that's where they're buying those streets from. We're buying from Aquila, we're not buying from Brady. But we're on the east side, but everybody that has
Especially right with black people. He would. I get made fun of real. I mean, they really get mad at me. It's hard, but you know. That's the
And
tough.
then my granddaughter, she voted to take that on, she never wanted it, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care who you vote for, but you better, you know who.
Right. Right. But I'm not going to push y'all just saying.
Right?
Unfortunately, we're like that today.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, every time President Trump does something, I get a call. I'm like, wait a minute, who you do? Oh my goodness. That's hard. Right. I know.
I just live in a box, I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah, I made a lot of good talking points for him. I have to meet him one day. I have to say, now listen, President Trump, let's sit down and talk. Hey, did you see?
But you know, I watch Fox, and it is amazing. Black, young black men, they're just full of life, and they want the right thing for America. And I see them talking, I see their testimony. It's very nice.
I do, but I don't listen to her too much.
But I have to. I gotta keep up.
But I don't, it does, it's not on me because I have to guard
Or we could watch it all day, just,
I know.
the father would just have to get on his feet.
because you're in charge, so we really got here.
Now, do you live in Frisco?
So I just go back.
Oh, that's right.
I commute, so we just have a meeting every quarter. We have another one coming up in a couple of weeks. So I usually do it 1 week long.
Right now, you're having wells with this.
And I don't know. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be in Austin on my
Oh,
seat doing this
work. Yeah, we get to wait though a lot. You know, keep here goes the doctor.
just up the street.
So my husband didn't wind up going forward.
I know you will be.
My carriage is waiting.
Okay.
My husband would have been here, but he had a drainage. And, you know, that's just going around out there in the yard, and everybody
all of this stuff and he'll be just fine. Good night.
oh, the Vicks. We've got Vicks. I bet he forgot he had that. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, thank you. Yes, oh, you're welcome. That's for free. Oh, free. Well, that's free. I think free. Okay, I hope the best for you. Thank you. Hey, Amy.
Okay, Miss Evelyn, I'm getting ready. Wait, come here. I'm getting ready to stop the stream. So I figured you can have the last word. Go for it.
Texas, can't wait for you to show up on March 3rd. It's time for us to do something good and wonderful for our state and for our nation, and the right change is necessary for these times. Thank you for your time. Thank you for vetting me. Go to my website, brooksforgovernor.com, and go join me on the Texas State Board of Education. All of those recordings, you can watch me, you can see how I fight to protect our children, and I hope to earn your vote. It will be my greatest honor. And let's make a change. Let's do what our children need to be done at this time. I just ask God to bless our state, bless our nation. And again, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us this evening.
Amen. All right. Okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.